Hey everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Today we have Rengoku versus Akaza, another one. It's from a poster, so a specific request. I saw this down in the comments. So it's the poster Set Your Heart Ablaze, is that right? So the problem is, right, the poster is portrait, right? So, but my page is landscape. So I had to like zoom in on Rengoku and Akaza's face, right? So I couldn't fit in like the bottom of Rengoku's sort of body down here, right? So I kind of turned it, and I think that's the best way to fit it in, at least. So, okay, so we'll start with our boy Rengoku down here. Is it Rengoku or Rengoku? Rengoku. It's probably Rengoku if it's Japanese. So, center point of my page is about here. So, right, so we'll go down a little bit over to the right. So his face is like down here. And we'll start with the right eye. So we'll just curve a line, right, like this. So his eye's like kind of going diagonal. So he's like he's driving his sword down. So his face comes down like this way, right? And his eyes come to a kind of spike at the end. So it's like a double wavy line like that. And you can thicken this up. Something like that, right? That kind of width. And then we'll go down around to his tear duct. So curving line like that. So the eye is like going real diagonal this way. We can actually see his tear duct here. It's actually drawn in. Right there. And this side of the eye is a little bit darker, so like shaded in a bit heavier. So his iris and his pupil, so like 3 circles basically. So we got like one like so, second one on the inside, it's like a bullseye kind of, and then another one there. And they don't have to be perfect circles, you know. In Demon Slayer it's kind of, you know, it can be bumpy sort of eyes as well. It doesn't have to be perfectly circular. So his eyebrow then, just here, flowing sort of spiky line, double spike here, comes down like so. And then his eyebrow, we got like a frown just there, then eyelid line coming down this way, eyelid line there. I think he's another kind of stress line or something just coming around his eye like so. So his other eye, pretty similar thing, right? Just over here, just down from it a little bit. So we're a little bit lower than, you know, the actual eye level. We come down a little bit. So see, there's this tear duct. You come down just underneath, and then we do big curved line again. That way. And then this has a big old spike on the end, like this eye. And we thicken it up. And we'll go down the side and then bring it underneath to here. Okay, and then we just add a little bit of extra line to this. Like so. And then his iris and pupil. So again, bullseye sort of thing. Doesn't have to be perfectly circular. It's not actually circular in the image I'm drawn from. So something like this. right? And then eyebrow, real big, sort of gnarly eyebrows, real big, crazy big. Down to there. And then we have sort of a frowning line coming up here. There's another frown line here. And like some more wrinkles. He's like gritting his teeth, you know, so he's got like really crazy expression on his face. So he's like, there's a lot going on his face. Let me just put it that way. And then eyelid line just here. And then we come down like so. And stress lines just around his eye here. Right, so real intense looking eyes. Right, so then his nose. So we got sort of, let's see. So there's like a nose line kind of here, coming down there. And then we got hatching, right? So it's like there's a line, say for the main structure. So like this line comes down that way. There's like another line here, more wrinkles and things like that. And this is the side of his nose. So we're in 3/4 pose. So it kind of curves down this way, right? So 3/4 pose means his face is slightly turned away from us. So this eye, this like side of his face, like this part, is smaller width than this. See? So like it's just not as wide. So like the edge of his eye to his nose, from his nose, see, it only goes like halfway in. So like this side of his face is twice as big as this side of his face. That's what, it's a good way of, it's not what 3/4 means, but it's a good way of remembering sort of what 3/4 pose is. And we just add some hatching lines on top of his nose, and then his nostril there. So then his mouth comes around like so. It's not closed, it's open, gritting his teeth. So we curve it around here. Bring it underneath, up to this side, which is sort of more flat. So it goes up like that. And then we'll just add some teeth coming along. To there. And then shadows just inside. Right, so then his chin, so we go down like so. That shadow that Demon Slayer characters have underneath their chin, like on their chin, sort of underneath their mouth, right? And then his actual chin, just here. Now, so we are in 3/4 pose, right? So we can see like his jaw comes up here. It goes underneath his hair, so we'll just stop sort of on the edge of his eye there, right? And then the other side goes all the way up to his forehead. And there's a couple of turns, right? A couple of changes of direction. So first we'll like curve it out this way, right, for his jaw. So it's different, we're not symmetrical now. This side is different to this side. And then we'll curve around his cheek. Going this way, right? So goes, curves in and then curves out and up, and then this will go up around for his brow. It will end just like above his eyebrow somewhere, so like his eyebrow here, so we'll go about here. And then his hairline. So his hairline comes to a V in the middle, right? So like roughly, I'd say here, right? And then we've got this hairline, these more spikes that come across his head, like so. Right, and then this comes down. And keep going. Hairline down to there. And then here he has a piece of hair that like comes across his face, right? So we'll go like so, back in. So kind of hooks onto his face here. And then another hook here. Just goes over his jaw. Like so, and then keep going. So if I go too fast now, just use your pause button. Slow it down a bit. Like so, and maybe like some hair texture lines. Right, so this eventually goes the whole way around, right? So we might as well do it. So we're gonna go spiking all the way around. This is his fringe, so he's got like these real upward spiking fringe hair sort of here. There's two bumps, right? So this is the first side, so it like stops in the middle of his hair, right? So this one like spikes up here, and then this one comes around like so, back into there, and then we'll have like some extra texture lines and things inside. Like that. And then the other side goes the opposite direction. So some of these will go behind Rengoku or Akaza's head, right? So like we'll just finish them there. Like, but you can bring it to a spike if you want, just in case Rengoku's head is like closer or further. So you could like spike it if you wanted, and we can erase it after when we're drawn. Akaza. But like some of them might go over Akaza's eye even, so we'll have to erase them eventually. So, because Akaza's head is really close. So this like spikes in there. And then, so we have another like piece of hair that's like fluttering, flying out this way, right? So it's real hard to see his hair on this because of all the flame and things. So we'll do our best. So it like comes up this way, spikes back in, out, down. Is that hair? I don't know. Is that hair or fire? It's hard to tell. Okay, we'll just go. We'll do our best that way. It's hard to see what's hair and what's fire in this section. Oh man. Okay, there, and then this way. We'll go down here and then we'll bring this back up towards the eye. It looks like anyway. Back to there. And then looks like there's another one. So it comes down from here. And then we'll bring it around. Excuse me. Down to there and then back up. Another one here, and then this goes in underneath here. Again, that's probably, it's hard to see, but I think that's the best I could do anyway. And then we can see maybe two more sort of little ones just here. Right, there might be like texture lines and hair lines on this area. Some up here as well. And he also has like some veins and things protruding on his head, right? So, you know, like this kind of stuff. Okay, let's see. So, what can we see of the hair in the background? So there's like more hair around the back of his head. So coming around here, like we have more hair spikes. Like a totally other layer. Like a middle line that comes up the center of his head here as well. This is pretty complicated now, so take your time. Hit pause when I move my hand. Back of his head. Comes up here. Okay, texture line there, and then there is, it looks like more hair, like a ponytail and more hair back here even. So, like, this comes around like to there, and then maybe like another spike here, that. And then more hair. This is the worst thing about Rengoku. It's all this hair. It's crazy. So we see his ear in behind here. So comes down around to there. And there. Ear lines and ligaments and things. Just inside. And then you guessed it, more hair. So, let me see. So we have another, do we? Yeah, so it like comes out from here somewhere. Okay, we'll just bring it out from here. Like out there, and then back down. And then the other side here. Curves around like so. And then this comes down like this. Down there. Up like so. Another one here. Another spike comes down across his shoulder, back in. Right. And then there is more hair, even more hair back here somewhere. So it like spikes out. Couple of lines like that, and then I think this should have an extra spike here. Goes in like so, and maybe like that. So that's like the back of his hair and his head and things like this, right? And then so at the back. So there's like his cloak basically, so you can't really see much, but you can see sort of lines for his cloak going off back this way. So just like faux lines and things coming around like this. Okay. Right, so then his collar, so that's like hella complicated. So like, this is his cloak that comes like down around. That's all cloak just here at the back. It's just like white, so you can't really see much. That's like where it sits on his shoulder. And then his collar comes out here, down, diagonal, and then his shirt or suit, should I say, goes down this way. And this collar has those white lines on them. Goes up underneath his hair here. And then up and over. And then this is like a button. And this has like little patterns all over. Now, so what can we see now? So this is hair. Is that his arm or his body or what? Okay, I'm gonna guess. But oh, okay, so that's pocket, right? So he's got his pocket here. Comes in diagonal, back up underneath. And then his like armpit, and this arm sort of comes down this way, like that. And then the other arm comes across. So that goes that way. And then, so fold lines for his arm going that way. Inside of this goes down like this way. So it's like his cloak sitting on his shoulder here. Go up, and it disappears under all this flame, right? But we'll draw in what we can see first. So cloak, and then arm. Folds for his arm, right? So these like folding lines for the fabric on his sleeve. 1, 2, 3. And then there's some like details on the third, is down here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so like down on the third one, we can see some of his like body position sort of there. And then we may see like the hilt of his sword, maybe. I'm not sure. There. Just like goes underneath his arm. Right, and then there's like loads of flame. No easy way of doing this. I'll just do whatever I can, right? I'll just go for it, right? And if you go over any lines, you'll probably need to erase them after, like some of his hair and stuff. It's all yellow on the inside. And it's done real rough, which is handy for us. You know, it's all like, just like all this real sketchy sort of flame all done in, like kind of random. Comes down across his arm. And it goes under Akaza's face, so somewhere here, right? So, and there's like, it's kind of like lava even. It's, you know, it's, there's like all this energy and stuff coming off it. And but again, I won't do all of it. I'll just do some, because we'd be here all week. Like this is more cloak sort of in here. there's like some lines on the inside as well. So all like in here is all yellow and red and all this, and Akaza, sort of his body starts here somewhere, so we'll sort of leave this maybe until we come back to it, maybe. So like roughly this is all flame, right? So maybe some more sort of yellow and white sections in here, maybe. Right, well, roughly that's the best I can do with that, I think. So like this is all thick lines. This could be like a thick line, I think, here. Yeah, it goes all up his body. There's some even up here. But I can't do it all. Okay, so let's see about Akaza over here, right? So his face is like right here, close to Rengoku's, right? They're right up in each other's face, right? So we'll do his eyebrow first. We'll start it. So we'll go. Well, I'll actually do his nose. I'm actually going to start with his nose, right? So his nose, it's easier. So his nose comes right across here, and then down into there, right? And then his brow comes up here, right? So it comes over some of that hair. Right, like so. So I just erased whatever hair I went over. Right, so now that we know where his nose is, right, so roughly here, I'm going to add, so maybe a nostril just in there. Okay, so curved line for his eyebrow here. And he's got like real spiky, sort of hairy eyebrows, right? So got little spikes sticking off them. Like so. And then the back of his eye will be like here. And then his bottom eyelash, sorry, this is his eyelashes. Did I say eyebrow? I don't know. This is his eyelashes. So they're these pink, crinkly kind of things. Like that. And then the front of his eye, just here. And then his actual iris, just there, looking sort of down at Rengoku. So, and then there's like Chinese characters and writing, Japanese in there. And then he's got cracks and, you know, veins and things all in his eye. The back of his eye might be quite dark. Like so. Okay, and what we can see of his eyebrow, so very little, but it comes up, so this is like the front of his face, right? So, and the eyebrow comes up around his eye here. Fairly vertical, and then kind of flicks back sort of here somewhere, and then comes down, and this is like pink on the inside. It's real thin, so we can barely make it out really. Just in there. He's got like a line underneath his eye there. And then we'll go down and do his top lip. So it comes out, down like so. And he's smiling, so he's like really enjoying himself. So this like comes across like this, curves up and around there. And then we bring the bottom lip down like so, and then the teeth in here. And he's got like a fang at the back of tooth, and then this comes down to there. Might be like shadow, thicker line just here. And then his chin. So it comes down like this. And then we will bring it around. Like so. And curve down for his Adam's apple. Back around to there. Right? And his jaw then, so his jaw is slightly higher up than his neck. So it's like here. Right? Because we can kind of see underneath the jaw. And this goes up towards his ear. And it might be like shadow, just a darker sort of shadow here. Underneath his earlobe. So his earlobe just in line with his eye there. That's how high up you want to bring it. Up with his bottom, the bottom of his eye, see that? Might be some shadow just behind. Right, so his ear, real big, curves up like so. Then we got bones and ligaments and things on the inside. These sorts of bumpy, wavy lines. Many different ways of doing this now. So and then we got sideburn, so hair spikes here. And this eventually will go in around to his head, just there. Texture lines and things on his hair, like that. Right, so then the rest of his hair, right, so sticks out the front, sort of here, right, so we'll go out like so, back up, and short hair spikes back around the head, and he's got like a few at the front, so this. And then we'll go like a small one here and then back this way. So this is quite the complicated drawing. I hope whoever requested this is not regretting it. So and then line goes back that way. Then we got more hair going all the way back to like his shoulder, but we can't really see his shoulder. It's like his fist. Let me see. Right, let's go. So let's go home stretch now. Home stretch. I can feel it. Hair spikes going this way. That's there. Back here. wants to come back over here somewhere. And this will eventually go down like behind his shoulder or his fist or something back here. So it's like his hair all back here. And then this goes down that way. You can't see much because there's like a big whoosh of his fist kind of here. But we can see the back of his ear, I think, just there. And then there's hair spike coming down that way. And then this comes down a little bit further. It disappears sort of in behind his fist somewhere down here, so we'll just leave it there maybe. There might be like some extra detail lines there. And then like a neck muscle line here. And like neck muscle here and at the front. Goes down like so. Maybe like another neckline that way. So, let me see. So the front of his body, right? So it kind of curves out like so. Collarbone comes down here, and then his chest will kind of curve down this way. And then the other collarbone, the other side here, and curves down around for his chest. Okay, so now his fist is coming in this way, right? So we got like all this flame here, and then his fist is flying in. So let's just add, we'll go knuckle, knuckle there, knuckle here. So 1, 2, 3, a fourth for his little finger. And like this will have like knuckle lines going back this way, and they're all like, you know, the fist is, the direction of the fist is going back like this way. This is his little finger that kind of curves underneath the palm of his hand, under here. And this will go up that way. And then his wrist bone comes in here. And this will have like some extra four lines and things. And like sort of energy sort of lines and hatching and all that kind of stuff. So this comes back here. Another one, let's see, another knuckle line there. And say another knuckle line that way. So knuckles, another knuckle line, roughly say here, and then here. And then this kind of bumps up here a little bit and then goes like diagonal this way, up around to here. And then his thumb is like in here somewhere. It curves around and then bumps off. So it's like a real exaggerated shape. Like the wrist comes in like somewhere here. Right, and there might be a vein on it here somewhere. And all these sort of hatching lines and things. And then there's like a big sort of whooshing ink blot sort of line. I'm going to put it here. And then it sort of whooshes back this way. Like so, like real sketchy back here. So I think that's like his shoulder, I think. And the hair like comes into like a line here. And then this, there's another one of these sort of black lines here. Right, so, and then, so we have those marks on his face, and like there's some veins on his temple, just here. And those blue sort of cheek marks, 3 of them. One, two, three, and then some up here coming out from his eyebrow. So like going back this way, 1, I think it's 3 as well, but they're kind of skinnier. And some on his neck as well, I think. Just add some more hair here. And so there's ones that come across his neck. 1. So blue, skin color, hard to see now. That comes up to there. This comes down like so. Man. So you can add as much of this sort of energy sort of around his fist that you want. And like, I think there's another blue tattoo on his collarbone here. It's down into there. Right, but I think I'm gonna have to leave it here. So, right, yeah, okay. That is how to draw Rengoku versus Akaza. Set your heart ablaze. Hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.